What's up, everybody? So it is a nasty, rainy, cold winter day here in Navy Point. But yesterday I got the honor to ride around with yours truly, Rental Robert, no pay, no stay, Robert Biggerstaff. And we got to do some dump trailer stuff, and I'm kind of rounding out the dump trailer ideas for business models because this stuff might help one person out there, and that's all that really matters to me. So it was a wild ride. We did about everything you could do wrong. What do you think?
I think it's stuck like Chuck.
So that's what I want to talk about in this video, are the things not to do with a dump trailer. I mean, when I say don't do this, I mean we got stuck, really stuck. And then it wound up costing him money, and the whole day kind of went south. And this is, you know, kind of payback for when the other day he just kind of dropped in on my house and busted the water pipe in my house, and then it flooded my kitchen. And so this was payback for him. But let me tell you, we saw deer, we went to the dump, we got stuck, and I mean so stuck that 5 prisoners, 2 cups of coffee, and a bulldozer had to get us out. That was wild, and they didn't even do it the right way, and that's what caused the problem. So here we go. We're going to sit down with Robert Biggerstaff, and we're going to talk about these things. It's going to be fun. All right, so we got him right here. This is the man, the myth, the legend, no pay, no stay, or is it the Hustle Nation?
It's the
now?
Hustle Nation, baby.
We're going to link it down below, and he is the be-all of all the information of dump trailers, side hustles, and just getting that green.
That's
right?
it. That's what it's all about. Hustle, be productive, be profitable.
Because the thing we want to do is, if you're out there and you're looking for a way forward or some way to make extra money, we want to make sure that we can give that to you, so you know how to do this yourself. I mean, this is about passing on the information and not trying to say we're like rich and doing all these weird things. It's to pass information on to you guys because we ain't rich. All right, so the things we want to talk about, there's really about 5 things we want to say here. And you know, when you got a dump trailer and you go to the dump, you got to understand the picture there. It's crazy. It's chaotic.
Got a new roof put on.
Fellow dump trailer.
Yep.
All right, we're at the dump.
Dump, dump, dump.
It's wet. It smells. There's seagulls eating rats. There's all kinds of weird stuff. And you got to kind of understand how the process works. So when you get there, it's just a lineup of dump trucks, debris removal, and it's like if you ever go to back your trailer up at the boat ramp and the water line's right there, you just dump it into the water line, you know. And these guys aren't the best traffic negotiators. No,
not at all.
Nope. A lot of times they're just mean, grumpy dudes sometimes.
Yep.
So the thing is the first one is conditions and tires. So like the other day, it was raining.
It was raining.
It was nasty.
Nasty. They hadn't brought in a lot of whole mulch, because what they do is they kind of spread trash, put a layer of mulch, spread trash, layer of mulch, and that's kind of what builds it up and helps the whole landfill decompose in a quick manner and whatnot. So we got the rain going and everything like that. The surface is real slick. There's no attendant out there. So we pull up, we back in as best as possible, not realizing where we're at, so to speak, exact location and whatnot.
Look at that steam coming off the tire. Ooh, it's nasty steam.
Get the dump trailer up. There's one guy in a dozer, no attendant. We go to pull off. Tires are spinning.
What do you think?
I think it's stuck like Chuck.
We're stuck in the muck.
Lock it in 4-wheel drive. Tires are still spinning. That's where
it was like blah, 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 blah. And I was like, hey man, it's not looking like a good situation.
No.
Are we gonna be here in this trash all day long?
Yes.
About to get snatched out of here. Hold on to your nuggets. Woo! And you're doing like the dump, tiptoeing,
Exactly.
because it's like you're literally walking in a garbage can.
Yeah, you are, totally.
You know, and that's where those gloves come in handy. You remember those gloves?
We're ready for surgery.
Those gloves done some work right there. I wasn't about to touch that stuff without no gloves.
Nasty.
Coming out of the hepatitis and stuff.
Exactly.
So, I was really like understanding conditions. Like you might be in snow if you're up north.
Yes.
You know, you got rain, you got the muck, the mud, and you know, like what's it going to be like when you get on the lineup, you know, and how fast you're going to have to operate on ground and having the tools.
Exactly.
So the second one really is understanding, you know, the dump trailer.
Because you don't want to be singing, I'm down with DOT, yeah, you know me. You don't want to do that with that right there, because then that means it's some green out of your pocket.
So like you got to be able to operate it efficiently when you get there, knowing how to get it up, get it down.
Exactly.
You know, and the weight capacities of your boom on the trailer.
Yeah. Make sure that you always strap your load down so DOT man don't try to keep you down. Exactly. So what ends up happening is the dynamics of the trailer totally change once it's all the way up, okay? When that happens, as you're raising, you're going to hit a sweet spot. We call it the money shot. But
money shot.
Boom. And everything slides down. And then it bunches up right behind the trailer because you have to pull away. Well, the problem is that when that occurs and it's all the way up, the rear end of the truck is raised up as well, because now all of the weight is transferred to the very end of the trailer, so it kind of raises it like that. Guess what? Loss of traction on your rear wheels. Not good.
Not good.
No. So what ends up happening is we go ahead, we lock it into four-wheel drive. The tires are virtually bald. It sits there, it spins and everything. Not good. So then what happens? Finally, there's an attendant. He comes over, flags the bulldozer guy. So the bulldozer guy gets behind us.
These are big bulldozers now.
Yes. With a big pile of trash right behind the trailer, he gets behind the trash and slowly pushes. Well, that's great. We start making traction and everything. Earlier we said there's rain at the dump. It's a bad situation. Tires bald, weight transfer, everything possibly could go wrong except for
Murphy's Law.
Yeah, it was not a torrential downpour at the time when this was occurring, when we were having to be outside of the truck and make all of this happen. So we virtually cannot get out.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I was texting Samantha like, "Hey, we're gonna be here in a minute."
Yeah, exactly. I ain't coming home for lunch, baby. So the next thing that happens is he's pushing us forward. Because of that trailer being up, it starts bunching trash up underneath it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because it's acting like a blade, catching everything as it moves forward. So now we got basically a big pile of trash underneath the dump trailer.
Yep.
So then
So
we figured,
it was like basically sitting on the pile of trash.
Exactly. So then the guy stops, goes to the front of my truck. We get a steel cable hooked to the front of the truck and then pull it out of the way so other people can bring their trailers and dump trucks and everything and start dumping. Well, guess what? We got to figure out a way to get the trash from underneath the dump trailer.
Yeah, what's the plan at this moment? You know, and they happen to have a bunch of jail guys, prisoners that were there to able to start kind of getting stuff out from underneath there. You know, and what's crazy about this is, you know, the fact that I get it when you're on the line, you know, going from the military logistics to this, like when you know, when a giant MRAP or whatever gets stuck, you know, like the recovery process, there's got to be one. And at the dump, they didn't really seem to have one. It was just like, hey, let's take this big bulldozer and start pushing people's equipment. Well, what if they bend the back end of your trailer? What if they mess up the hydraulic lift on it? What if they scratch your truck or whatever? I would have thought they would have immediately gone to the front and then pulled you out with the cable instead of pushing you with the bulldozer itself. Like from the outside person in looking, I was like, that just looks like a lawsuit waiting to happen. And it works on those big trucks with those huge bumpers, but in this situation, it was a no-go.
Yes and no. It normally, if it hadn't been raining, that way it would have worked. Okay, because I've been pushed out before when I had a two-wheel drive truck. However, there was more than just the lack of traction. We had lack of traction. It was a bad surface where we were having to dump at, and then we also had the rain and bald tires. So it was like perfect storm.
Perfect storm.
Landfill. Boom! There you have it. Not a good day at all.
So this comes into the next situation, the next thing that we wanted to talk about, and it was like about the weight, you know? So like conditions can greatly affect, you know, the weight of your load. So tell them about what happened and how they can kind of think about, you know, because, you know, we dealt with water. You could be dealing with snow and ice and your load could get way heavier.
one of the things that happened is the night before, that trailer, they had already tore off the roof. It was full of shingles and it rained. Okay, so all of your material inside of that trailer is going to get wet and it's going to be saturated. Okay, now shingles repel water. Okay, so granted, there was extra poundage that was in that trailer because of the moisture from the rain and everything. However, if you had had a bunch of wood in there or a bunch of paper product or something that absorbs water and will hold it before it dries out, then there would have been some serious problems. You always got to stay conscious of, and one of the things that I didn't do on this run was, what's my surroundings, and what is it exactly that we're going to have to do, and then what's going to be my exit strategy, because generally speaking, I'm in, I'm out, boom, I'm done, and so this was just one of those times where, it became a great learning experience all the way around,
So like I foresee though, you drop the trailer, they fill it up, it rains that night and freezes. And now you went from having a trailer of wet product to a giant icicle of shingles.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, you could have had a trailer that said 10,000 pounds, at 6 p.m. and then in the morning at 7 a.m. when you pick it up, you might have 15 or 18,000 pounds. And that makes a huge difference when you go to stop. Yeah. I assure you of that. I see a lot of people that are like, hey, man, I want to get into this. I got a half-ton truck and everything. And I'm like, no, don't buy a big dump trailer. My dump trailer, every one of them minimum is 4,000 pounds. That's the trailer by itself unloaded, okay? A half-ton truck, that's a considerable amount of weight behind it. 3/4 ton, 1 ton, or a 1.5 ton pickup truck with either a big block gas burner or diesel motor, it's not such a big load, okay? Like I said, if you're using a half-ton truck, you're not going to use it for very long. That transmission is going to go bye-bye, night-night, I'm going night-night, and you're going to be stranded on the side of the road, or even worse, you're going to cause an accident because it just quits working while you're in motion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that just kind of sums up the last of this is equipment capabilities and like understanding what your equipment's capabilities are, and we wanted to put this together to kind of like tell everybody, there's things you need to know. It's not all, greatness with a dump trailer. There are times when you have bad stuff. Same way with kayak fishing, you roll in the surf. There's like always, the yin and yang to this. And if you kind of know about these things before you get into them, you'll understand kind of the equipment that you need to get, acquainted to. So I think that's about everything on this video. I'm gonna link his channel in the comments or in the description box below. I'm also a realtor here in Florida. If you're ever moving here and you want to, check out Florida for a few years, come talk. Email description box below.
Boom.
And you got anything you want to add to it?
I'd just like to say, hey, I appreciate everybody watching and, getting out there and trying to get your side hustle going and everything, or actually making the jump from being a W-2 employee to being totally self-employed and everything. It's a huge, I understand, I didn't do it myself. I got fired, and so it was done for me. Mm-hmm. And best thing that ever happened. Matter of fact, that boss that fired me, I hugged her, gave her a kiss on the cheek out the door and everything, and we're still good friends today. And, this is what works for me. If you're thinking about getting something going just to, help out, maybe buy a better car or, put your kids through college or do some improvements on the house, take that risk, go ahead, make it happen. There's so many hustles out there. Jackson got a video, what is it, 5 hustles less than $500 each or something?
Yeah, where I did it on your stimulus check. If you got a $600 stimulus check, you're in business.
And check those out and everything. You never know where that multi-million-dollar idea is going to come from. It's amazing what can happen with just a small amount of action, but a huge amount of effort, I mean, Sam Walton started with 1 store. Yeah. Look at him now. So, I'm Rental Robert with the Hustle Nation. Check us out and everything like that. If I can be of any help, you got any questions about the dump trailer, just, you can find me with my email. Send me an email. I'll be happy to answer it and get back with you.
All right. We'll see you next time.
Have a good day.